Eye on Sun Valley, daily local news from beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho.
Hi, I'm Karen Bosick with Eye on Sun Valley. Not too far from Bald Mountain at Sun Valley Resort is a barley farm that has been providing barley for America's premium beers for decades. One of the daughters of that family, Brett Stevenson, has taken it one step further. Brett grew up riding the bus to school, round trip, 3 hours a day. And on those trips, she learned to fall in love with the land as she watched sandhill crane in the pastures and all. Now she's growing organic wheat on that very pasture land she once passed through. And she's taken it one step further. She's built a mill providing really good flour. Let's talk to Brett.
I'm Brett Stevenson, and this is Hillside Grain Flour Mill, and we're at Hillside Ranch, or at least part of the ranch. My parents moved here in the early 70s, and they've been farming here since then, primarily barley for the brewing industry, and then in recent years we started growing wheat in anticipation of a flour mill. So I grew up here, and it means a lot to me to be able to basically build upon what my dad has created. He's done a really good job, I think, of learning different farming techniques and trying to change with the times and incorporate more and more conservation practices. So it's neat for us to now be able to grow our products and process them locally and be able to eat them. We've never been able to do that, ironically enough. Growing barley for the brewing industry, it always is shipped off and turned into beer. And so it's really actually remarkably unusual and gratifying for us to be able to grow our grain, process it, and eat it here, which is really fun. Yeah, well, just growing up down here, it's hard not to fall in love with this area. I think it really is a part of who me and my brother are and became as adults. It had, I think, a big influence on both of us. It's a hard place to leave. I think our parents thought when we were young that we would move on, move elsewhere and get some other job, and they could never really quite get rid of us. We just kept coming back. So one motivating factor was to build on top of what my dad had already created, and the other was realizing that we're growing some great grain in this part of Idaho, and a lot of it is sort of lost, for lack of a better term, into the food system, and I wanted to be able to process some grain locally. So we looked into malting for a while and hit some roadblocks in malting. Then we started looking into milling and thought there was a great opportunity for fresh flour, not just in this region, but in the country, frankly, because there's, I think, a real shortage of fresh flour. Most of our flour in the country is heavily processed and sifted, and so it's taking the germ and the brand off of the flour, which makes it more white and gives it better longevity. And in doing so, you miss out on the flavor and the nutrition. And so we're pretty excited to be able to process our grain here and retain a lot of nutritional value and a lot of flavor in a product. So when we embarked on this adventure, I contacted a mill designer in Denmark, and he helped design and source all the equipment from Europe. That was pretty interesting because we couldn't find most of this equipment in the US because it's really a mid-scale food production, which is largely absent in the US. The millstones, you can't find anything like that in the US. So he sourced almost everything in Europe. We had it shipped over, and it arrived not by design, but in November and December in a couple snowstorms, and the building wasn't complete at that point. So we were unloading equipment and assembling equipment when we had a foundation and a little bit of a structure, but no roof or walls. And so it was snowing on us, and we're trying to assemble flour silos and snowstorms and stuff. So it was a pretty memorable winter, but we got all the equipment put together and installed, and the building built around it, and have been slowly kind of working out the kinks since then. So we're growing a hard red wheat and also a soft white wheat. One has high protein, that's really good for bread flour, also pasta, tortillas, And then the soft white has a low protein, so it's better for cookies and things like that. You know, I was at the California Wheat Commission recently, and they kind of laughed and said, all-purpose is really no-purpose flour. It's sort of the generic, it kind of does everything, but it doesn't do anything well. And I thought that was really interesting. So what we're trying to do is have more specific flours that will produce better products. And what we're specializing in is called high extraction flour. It's more of a European type of flour. Again, in the US, we have pretty much white flour, and then we have whole wheat flour. There's this whole gradient in between that's high extraction. So basically you have your wheat kernel and you're extracting certain amounts off of that wheat kernel. And we try to keep quite a bit of bran and germ on there for the flavor and the nutritional value. And then with our process, we're able to create a flour still that's light and lofty and performs more like a white wheat, but it tastes more like and has nutritional value more like a whole wheat.
We need to take a break. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I'm Derek Agnew, General Manager of Zenergy Health Club and Spa, and I want to take you inside and show you what we've done with our new Pivot Studio, which is going to blow you away. The therapists tell me that Pivot really is the game changer. It fills that final gap that we were missing at Zenergy, things they could not do in our main gym.
The recent addition of the Pivot Studio has meant wonders to me as a physical therapist. I can now take care of the most vulnerable post-operative patient, but now I can include programming that challenges the most elite athlete.
A lifetime of memories begins right here. With sweeping views of the majestic Sawtooth Mountains and the warmth and charm of a historic ski town, Sun Valley Resort is an idyllic destination to kick off your happily ever after. Our four-season setting offers spectacular indoor and outdoor mountain wedding venues for gatherings of all sizes. As a full-service resort, all our facilities fall under one umbrella, simplifying the planning of everything from horseback rides to cocktail hour.
Are you tired of being tired? Wouldn't you like to have more energy and not be so run down? Hi, I'm Dr. John Calvert with Sun Valley Smile Designs and Dental Sleep Health. That's right, a dentist who treats sleep breathing disorders and sleep apnea. You may be one of the millions of people that suffer from sleep apnea, depriving you of the quality of sleep that you need. You may not be aware of the serious physical problems with untreated sleep apnea. High blood pressure, diabetes, and stroke are just a few. For those of you that have sleep apnea but are just not able to tolerate your CPAP unit, there is help right here in Ketchum. I have over 17 years of advanced training in sleep health, and I can treat your sleep apnea, including annoying snoring, from beginning diagnosis all the way through treatment. No need to travel hours away for overnight sleep studies. I'll provide you with a complimentary, complete computer airway evaluation and consultation. Give my office a call and I can help you feel more rested and have more energy. Sleep well, live well. Come see us at Sun Valley Smile Designs and Sun Valley Sleep Health.
Audio Innovations is an innovative audio-visual company that designs, integrates, and simplifies a truly custom system to keep you comfortable, entertained, and secure in your own home. Audio Innovations TJ's Electric offers a variety of services, from phone systems to lighting control systems, HVAC systems, home theater, electrical, audio, and video, drapery systems, and more. Audio Innovations, 91 East Croy Street, Alturas Plaza, in Hailey.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
Gabriel is my son, and he has lymphedema in both of his legs. Gabriel couldn't ski because his feet are so swollen that he couldn't fit into the boots, and Higher Ground got him into skis and got him skiing on the mountain and stuff.
I have no vision in my left eye and very little in my right, so I came to Higher Ground because of that. I ski and I love it.
Welcome back. Let's rejoin Brett Stevenson as she shares some more about her exciting adventure with wheat.
So we grow our wheat just on the other side of the mill. That's it's a 3/4 pivot of soft white wheat. It's certified organic. And then on the other side of the road is where the hard red comes from. And then we store the majority of it in this grain bin, and it goes into the system. And on the far side of the building is the cleaning side of the building, where the grain gets sorted, cleaned, chaff comes off, weed seed, anything else, dust. There's a big air system that pulls off the dust, and then it goes into silos. From those silos, when we're ready to temper it, it goes over into a tempering silo where we add a little bit of water to get the moisture content to where we want it. Hard red or bread flour, we usually target around 15%. When we hit that percent, usually within 12 hours or so, it goes to the roller mill for the first break. And then it does this, we'll see inside, it does this really fun sort of bobbing back and forth between the roller mill and the sifters, because there's 2 breaks on the roller mill, and it does this back and forth. And then the bottom of the sifters, it sorts out between a coarse grind, which goes down to the stone mill. What's already made into flour from the first break goes into the flour silos, because you don't want to mill flour twice. And then the bran goes back to the second break on the roller mill. And throughout this whole system, the jet filter on the outside there is controlling all the dust. So the system is completely enclosed. It's a dust-tight system. It's all pneumatically fed and augers. And then at the bottom of the system is sort of our showpiece. That's the stone mill that was custom and handmade in Holland by a miller. And he made it with really, really hard stones, so it's well suited for our climate and our hard grain here. They're about 5 feet across, and they're 1.5 tons each. And I don't think there are any stones like this in the country, so it's pretty exciting to have them here. And then from there are flour silos, and from the flour silos it's fed into a bagger, and we'll see the bagger on the inside. Right now, it's in the bulk bins at Atkinson's in Bellevue, and I'm gonna work with Sherry Cray to get it at Cray's Market, because right now we only have the 25-pound bags, which is usually more than a home baker wants, but you can get at the bulk bins in Atkinson's, and hopefully someday soon we'll have little 4-pound bags too to do the regular markets, but in the meantime, yeah, it's in the bulk bin.
I can't wait till Brett Stevenson starts packaging her hillside grain in smaller packages. In the meantime, buy a big sack, have a flower party. Thanks for joining us. I'm Karen Bosick with Eye on Sun Valley. Until next time, I'm keeping my eye on Sun Valley for you.
Are you like me and can't stand paying your insurance bill? Just when you pay all your bills for the month, then along comes that dreaded insurance bill, putting the hurt on your checking account. Hello, I'm Mark Balkos, president of Wood River Insurance. That's why Wood River Insurance is an independent insurance agency. This means we have a multiple of insurance companies we offer to our clients. This allows us to hold the insurance companies accountable for coverage, service, and most important of all, pricing. When I started in this business 33 years ago, I only represented one company to my customers. And after a while, I felt as though my hands were tied when trying to be as competitive as I could. As an independent insurance agency, we represent you to the insurance company. not the insurance company to you. This allows Wood River Insurance to be as competitive as possible. So call us today at 208-788-1100 and let Wood River Insurance represent you.
I remember going to the doctor when I was a kid. He knew me, I knew him. It was really simple. And then medicine changed with more expensive labs, medications, bigger clinics, and not enough time to explain it all. Direct primary care came along, outside the insurance system and affordable. I'm Dr. Tom Archie. At InnerHealth MD, we spend the time we need building collaborative relationships. We bypass the insurance, lab, and pharmaceutical industries and pass on the savings to our patients. At our office, common labs can cost $5 to $10, and in our pharmacy, generic prescriptions often cost less than $5. Our family practice treats fractures, lacerations, and sports injuries, teaches prevention, and coordinates acute and chronic care. We don't accept insurance. Our patients pay a monthly fee that is less than a cable bill. With acupuncture, herbs, Class 4 cold laser, and a holistic, functional medicine approach, InnerHealth MD is family medicine like it used to be. Affordable, personal, and looking to the future.
The mountain biking in Sun Valley is some of the best and most scenic in the country. Bald Mountain offers 3,100 vertical feet of everything from challenging uphill climbs to machine-built berms and features for the intermediate to advanced rider, all accessible via our summer lift and gondola service. For a milder, family-friendly experience, head to the White Clouds trails across from the Sun Valley Village, winding up and around the White Clouds Golf Course. Beginners will also feel comfortable on the paved Wood River Trail, a 30-plus mile multi-use path that connects the communities of Ketchum, Haley, and Sun Valley. Those in search of adventure can also explore the 400-mile network of single-track trails throughout the Wood River Valley, with some of the best views that our area has to offer. Be sure to stop by Pete Lane's Outdoor Adventure Center before you trek.
Life is crazy busy. You have 1,000 balls in the air and endless things to do. You long for me time, a place to reconnect, to have fun, to explore and mindfully move your gorgeous bod. Wonderful Bodies has got your back. Our Sedona Balance and Revive Women's Retreat is the jumpstart you need to refocus your energy on your self-care. Surround yourself with the Red Rocks, recharge in beautiful lodging, and move your booty with yoga, Pilates, guided hiking, and swim in our saltwater pool. Grab a friend and join us in caring for you this October 22nd through 27th. Sedona. Space is very limited. Invest in you. WonderfulBodies.com.
Davis Embroidery, screen printing and promotional products keeps your logo fresh and your message strong. As the Wood River Valley's one-stop shop for brand support, Davis Embroidery will help you make a lasting impression on your business and your customers. Add your logo to employee uniforms, polos, caps, jackets, t-shirts, water bottles, tote bags, or pins. Davis Embroidery will help you find the right product that fits your company's image and budget. Getting your logo viewed by customers, impressions matter and create top-of-mind recognition. With excellent customer service and quality brands, partnering with Davis Embroidery screen printing and promotional products is a winning marketing strategy. Visit our Ketchum showroom Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or online at davisembroidery.com.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
I'm Michael David with Eye on Sun Valley Sports, and it's my good fortune to be joined by Kristen Rutland, the first-year head coach of the Wood River High School volleyball team. Kristen, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you're brand new to coaching here at Wood River High School, but you're not new to Wood River Athletics, right? You were a standout here not too many years ago, right?
About 20.
Tell us a little bit about your playing career.
So I started playing when I was in 7th grade. Started playing club. And then when I moved into the high school, I was moved up as a freshman to the varsity team. Played middle blocker for 2 years, and then Ramey Goodwin, who was our coach at the time, moved me to the outside, and that's the position I played throughout the rest of my volleyball career. After having a lot of successful years here at Wood River.
Individually and as a team, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I played outside hitter at College of Idaho for 4 years as a starter. Ended up having a really standout career there individually, and we had some really great years as well. And then ever since then, I've just been playing as much as I can, staying as competitive as I can, and playing in the old ladies league in Twin Falls. And it's just been fun. I love the sport.
And you're probably too humble to talk about this, but you were inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame for the College of Idaho, correct?
Right. So 2 years ago in 2017, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame as one of the first volleyball players actually to be inducted. With a great group of people, I was actually inducted with Elgin Baylor,
right?
Who is a pretty amazing athlete. So it was really an honor to be with that crew of people inducted into such a great school.
And then when you were done playing competitively, was it then your vision to become a volleyball coach?
Not really. When I graduated from college, I actually kind of took a year and didn't really play much at all.
Oh, okay.
I didn't coach.
But it had been pretty intense.
Yeah.
Right.
I had played volleyball mostly every day for, the previous 10 years of my life. So I just I took a year, and then I started coaching with Ramey at the community school as his assistant coach for a few years. And then I took a year off, and then went back there as the head coach.
Okay. And so that was your first head coaching job at the community school, and you were doing some other things family-wise at the time too. Yeah. How you've got 2 young kids, 7 and 4 now. Yep. How did you work all that? You got a job, a regular job. You're becoming a family, and you're coaching. How do you put it all together?
Well, it's kind of a juggling act at times. When Lena was born, she's my daughter, she's 7. She was born, and then I was in the gym 2 weeks later with her on my tummy coaching volleyball. So it's just kind of a way of life. Yeah. And she was just there. She was used to being at the gym. They love being at the gym now, and so they've just always been there. It's just been easy.
And along the way, did you have coaching influences that have kind of shaped how you are as a coach now?
Absolutely. So Ramey Goodwin is one of my biggest mentors. He was obviously my coach when I was in high school. I still coach with him to this day. He's been a big contributor for me as a coach, and then being able to be in the gym with him, coaching with him, it's been a great learning experience. My brother was also the head coach at Twin Falls High School for the 12 years. This is his second year. He resigned 2 years ago, so this is his second season off. He went to state every year he was there, and he is definitely a more analytical coach than I am. So I like working with him a lot because he makes me look at things in a different way.
Right.
I look at the more physical attributes and the mental side of the game, where he's looking at statistics and things like that, and like, maybe you should change this because your numbers aren't here, and so it's really good to bounce things off him and get a different point of view.
Right. And so that's kind of shaped you to your philosophies now. Yeah. You were such a standout volleyball player. You've got some great kids, and we'll talk after the break about this squad that you've got. But not all of them were able to do what you could do on the court. How do you adjust to that as a coach?
So that's one of the struggles that I've had, because I'm still more of a player than I am a coach, and I'm always learning, still as a player and as a coach. And I believe that good coaches are always learning and always trying new things. But I never expect my athletes to do what I did or be how I was. I do offer a lot of examples, as a player, because I do have a lot of those.
Right.
But I just want them to be the best player that they can be, and I would like them to set their goals high and to reach their potential and to work to do that every single day.
Fantastic. Well, like I said, let's take a little break here, and then when we come back, we'll talk about this year's team and the program that you're building and your expectations.
Awesome.
My guest is Kristen Rutland, Wood River High School volleyball coach. We'll be back after these messages.
Sterling Urgent Care is now open at 507 South Main Street in Haley. Sterling Urgent Care is helping create a better healthcare experience. All patients are welcome. They accept most major insurances, including Medicare and Medicaid. They also accept self-pay patients and offer a membership program to help you take control of your healthcare costs. Sterling Urgent Care invites you to visit them at their beautiful new facility in Haley. Or learn more at sterlingurgentcare.com. Healthcare created with you in mind.
With over 17,782 total yards of scenic golf, we have a little something for every type of golfer. Our signature 18 holes at the Trail Creek Championship course include an 18-hole putting course, driving range, and a luxurious clubhouse with wraparound deck and full-service restaurant. Across the road tower the 9 holes of the White Clouds, an alpine link-style course with 360-degree views of the entire Wood River Valley. A few miles away, you'll find another 18 holes of undulating greens at the Elkhorn Golf Course, complete with its own clubhouse and driving range.
Hi, I'm Gary, manager of the Attic Thrift Store in Haley, and today I'm not here to sell you anything or tell you about any great deals at the Attic. We all know the Attic always has great deals. That goes without saying. Instead, the Attic and its staff would like to give a sincere thank you to all its loyal customers and generous donors who help to make a huge impact in our community. How? For those who don't know, the Attic Thrift Store is a nonprofit that exists to help support the advocates whose mission is to teach people of all ages to build and maintain healthy relationships through education, shelter, and support services. With your help, we are making a difference in ending domestic violence and sexual assault. Every day, lives are changed at The Advocates. Please visit our website at www.theadvocatesorg.org. So from all of us, thank you for shopping and donating to The Attic. You're truly...
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
I moved out to Idaho 4 years ago, so I met a lot of people and I really, really like it here. In New York, I was always sort of introverted. When I came out here, that no longer was me. I became extroverted because the people here are so friendly and warm. You know, if you don't have something like that that brings you into other people's lives, it takes a long time to get to know people.
We're back with Kristen Rutland, the volleyball coach at Wood River High School. Kristen, I think you were lucky when you came into this. The cupboard wasn't exactly bare. Talk a little bit about this team. There's some great players that have come up through the program.
Right. So I have 7 seniors on the team this year. So they come with a lot of experience. They've all played club. So most of them are playing year round. So they've got a lot of court experience and they are dedicated. They're hard workers. They've been around. And so, yes, we have some definite athletes to work with, and it's been really nice to step into and, be able to help propel them forward.
Right. Now, you've jumped from a 1A school to a 4A school. How has the kind of the adaptation to this level of volleyball been as a coach?
It's definitely been a step up. So, in many different ways. I loved the program at the community school. I feel like we did a lot of really good things for the program there. I was able to share a lot with the girls and the athletes there, and there are a couple of really great players there right now. And I do miss, the smallness of the school, but,
sure.
Being able to coach a bigger pool of athletes, not only at our school here, but in the district, and it's more competitive, it's a higher level of play.
Right.
It's really been super fun for me to step into and see what I can do,
sure.
With the higher level of players.
And the competition is tough, but you've started off the season really strong. Right. Do you have a goal? Do you set long-term goals? Like state is a goal for you guys?
Yeah, we do. We have some long-term goals. We would love to end up in North Idaho at the end of the season. We are 3-0 in conference right now. We have a big match tomorrow against Twin Falls. But for us, it's little goals reach big goals. So we, point by point, set by set, match by match.
Right.
We take it slow and we build on those goals every single day.
Sure.
To reach, to attain where we want to be at the end of the season.
Right. And are they obviously with being 3-0 right now, they're where you'd like to be, wins and losses, but right. Is the team where you expected them to be, or you got some things to work on?
We always have things to work on.
Right.
Consistency right now is a not a problem for us, but something that we're really trying to encourage.
Right.
That being with, our serve receive and, our attack, we really need some people to step up offensively.
Okay.
And we also just really need to be more consistent as a group.
Sure.
We're doing a little bit of this right now. We got
right.
some highs and lows, and we just would like to be a little bit more here.
What would you describe as kind of the strengths of this squad?
We have great leadership on this team, with a great group of seniors that we have offensively with Emily Vandenberg. She's a player she's our key player right
mm-hmm.
now. And it can be a good and a bad thing just to have one person, she's a standout player for us, which,
right.
Other teams can pick up on. So we are just, right now we're just trying to get everybody else to kind of step up right now.
Right.
Otherwise, we do have a lot of court experience. I've got 2 really great defensive specialists,
sure.
Liberos that really make it fun to watch because they're so quick and can dig balls that
right.
a lot of other people can't. So it's just a really fun team to watch.
That's great.
Yeah.
And speaking of Emily, tell us a little bit about your coach, your assistant coach, and your coaching staff also with the JV team, because you're building more than just this varsity team, right? It's a program.
Right. So I love my coaching staff that we have this year. I'm really lucky. So our freshman coach is Daniel Spence, and his daughter is actually a junior on the varsity team.
Okay.
They just moved from Huntington Beach. He comes from playing in high school, did a little coaching after that.
That's kind of a volleyball mecca down there, right?
So I feel really great about what he's doing with the freshman team, and he came into a freshman team that hadn't lost a set in 4 years.
Wow.
So we have a really talented group of freshmen that have a lot of court experience. They have some more than, some of the sophomores and juniors coming in. And then the JV team, I have a gentleman named Justin Rujewitz who also works for Higher Ground.
Okay.
He played college in Illinois. He's he's got a lot of energy. He's active military, so there's a lot of drilling down with the girls, which I love. And then Christy Vandenberg, who's been the head coach at the middle school for the past 12 years, is our assistant coach, and she's also Emily Vandenberg's mom.
Right.
So, and another thing about Emily is she's also committed to go to the College of Idaho. She's going to go play at College of Idaho. So, she's
all right. She's following in your footsteps. That's so great. So, I had the privilege of being at your first home opener. The crowd was into it. The atmosphere in the gym was incredible. Does that make a difference for you and for the players?
Absolutely. I mean, anything that your crowd can do to feed some energy, you feed off of that.
Right.
You go harder because you have people out there cheering for you.
It makes
a huge difference.
So great. Well, good luck the rest of this season. Good luck with this program. The school's lucky to have you. And that's going to be awesome. And everyone get out here. I recommend coming out and watching this team. It's exciting, and they're playing some great volleyball. My guest has been Kristen Rutland, the first-year head coach of the Wood River Wolverines. I'm Michael David, keeping my eye on Wood River Valley sports for you.
As a family, we've been with Harrison over 20 years. Nathan has been, his phone line is always open to me, and that's been huge. It's a real personal relationship. I pick up the phone and call him, and he's always there, ready to answer my questions. He's really quick with getting back to me when I've got my back turned and I'm focused on the business and the people and the aspects of the business. It's nice for me to offload this responsibility, which is a big one, to make sure that all my bases are covered. I need to know that if something happens, that we're going to be covered. And with Harrison Insurance, I'm confident that they've got my back and that they've set me up for success.
Harrison Insurance, for all of your insurance needs.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
Hi, I'm Anita Northwood. I live here in the Sun Valley area, and I have been inspired to create Silver Creek Assisted Living for your family. I'm inspired by my family, and we hope you will all come and take a tour of this place and understand that this is the place where your loved one should be. This is what brings us all joy and what we're the best at. Your family is our family, so come join us. Silver Creek Living is a wonderful place. It's not just about compassionate senior care. It is the best place for you to bring your loved one. We provide a beautiful environment where your family is our family. We have great food, fun activities, lots of entertainment. You can socialize with their peers, bring your family, and yet feel that you're in a beautiful, safe environment, while you can still have fun while knowing that you're well taken care of with the best of care. This could be the next best chapter in your family member's life.
I'm Derek Agnew, General Manager of Zenergy Health Club and Spa, and I want to take you inside and show you what we've done with our new Pivot Studio, which is going to blow you away. The therapists tell me that Pivot really is the game changer. It fills that final gap that we were missing at Zenergy, things they could not do in our main gym.
The recent addition of the Pivot Studio has meant wonders to me as a physical therapist. I can now take care of the most vulnerable post-operative patient, but now I can include programming that challenges the most elite athlete.
Valley. This is Marie's Kitchen, and today we are gonna make mushroom risotto. It's an Italian dish, come from south of Italy, moved to north to Milano in the 1400. Anyway, so today what we'll need, it's a small onions. I use white onions. Well, this is more in the small medium, but not big onions. So we're gonna chop 1 onions, 5 ounces of mushrooms. I have white mushrooms, I have shiitake mushrooms. The reason I'm using shiitakes, it's because it's more earthy. You know, it gives you that earthy kind of taste in your risotto. So there we go. We are gonna start chopping the onions. So for that, as you know from last cooking show, we had, I love to use a chef knife, and I have my little knife here. So we are gonna start chopping the onions. So, and this is my technique. but your technique for chopping onions is just fine. The result is we are chopping onions. So this is my technique. I'm gonna chop the end of the onions and then I go right in the middle. Then what I do, I peel usually the very first layer of the onions because you do not want that. So I do that. There it goes. And then I am gonna do the same thing on the other side. And again, your chopping technique will be just fine. So I'm gonna throw that and we are gonna start chopping. So this is what I do. I go like this. And again, you do the way you like it and be comfortable with it. As long as you have diced onions, that's all that matters. Okay? So this is what I'm doing, dicing the onions. You're probably gonna cry a little bit, but it's fun. And I like white onions. Don't ask me why, it's just a preference. You can use yellow onions and you can also use some shallots, same family. And I love shallot. We use a lot of shallots in Europe, but today I decide to go with white onions. And voila, your onions, it's chopped. Now I'm gonna take my white mushrooms. This is just the plain white mushrooms. I do not wash my mushrooms, but I do peel the white one. The shiitake mushroom, I want clean. I just brush them. And you can do that with a rag. So this is chopping, you know, like nice, not so thick slice. So there it goes. And you have this kind of results. And they're gonna sweat when we cook them. So it's a beautiful white mushrooms. They are not organic. Those are not organic white. But I do peel them just because I like to peel them. Some people always ask me. Also, when you chop something, anything, any chopping, protect your finger. So what you do, you just put your fingers inside. So this is the white mushroom, and it calls white mushroom for a reason. It's really white, really firm, and like I told you for the cauliflower recipe, I like fresh ingredient, firm, and this one represents exactly what I said. And look at the shiitake mushroom. It's a little bit more moist, but it's really brownish color. And you can taste the earth in this mushroom. It's one of my favorite mushrooms. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slice. This one I just clean. I always have this little rag. It's a kitchen rag. So what I did with those shiitake, I just brush with my rag. I don't wash the mushroom because they're already a lot of water in the mushroom, and I do the same thing that I did with the white mushroom. So nice little slice. Don't be afraid. You can do this. Anybody can do this. There's a funny thing about risotto. Let me tell you that. So, as you know, I was born and raised in Belgium, but I was Italian. My parents were both Italian, so I was raised mostly with Italian cuisine. And I remember the risotto, that kind of rice, because it's an Italian rice, arborio. I use the arborio, but we talked about that later. And I never understood how my mom could do such a creamy thing without using cream. And I remember that, and I thought it was the most difficult dish to make. And I just started making it a year ago, and I realized how easy it was to do risotto. Why did I wait so long to make risotto? I have no idea. So why did I wait so long to make risotto? I have no idea. But now I love making it, and people think making risotto takes forever, it's so difficult. Well, I am going to prove you today that it's not. It's very easy, actually. It takes about, from the beginning when you have all your prep, I will say 25 to 30 minutes with the chopping and everything else and the cooking. So there we go. We have 5 ounces of shiitake mushrooms, 5 ounces of white mushrooms. We have 1 small onions, 1 small medium onions, diced. And to start, that's all we need. We'll be right back with Marie's Kitchen after these messages.
No matter your taste or personal style, the shopping in Sun Valley has what you need for a day in the mountains or elegant night on the town. From bike sales, rentals, repair, outdoor accessories, and souvenirs to high-end, on-trend fashion and sportwear, including a hip modern women's boutique, there is something for everyone in the Sun Valley Village. Don't forget about the kids, as stepping foot in the toy store is a dream come true for the little ones. The Sun Valley Village shopping options blend a touch of European style with Main Street USA hospitality, all in a charming mountain town setting.
La Cabanita Mex, dubbed by the locals as authentic, tasty Mexican food and drinks with a festive atmosphere. And a pretty darn good sports bar, too. Big screens all over. La Cabanita prides itself on their Authentica Cocina Mexicana. Good food, very fast service, and delicious house recipes with those special Mexican spices. La Cabanita Mex, serving lunches, dinners, catering, company parties, and takeout. Catch 'em and
My name is Keith Perry, and my wife Paula and I are the owners of Perry's Restaurant, operating here since 1985, and we've grown to become a local institution here.
We make almost everything from scratch, including all our muffins, our cookies, our salad dressings. Everything is made to order.
Perry's is open daily at 7 a.m., serving hearty breakfasts, and lunchtime made-to-order sandwiches, soups, and salads, and premium beer and wine.
Welcome back, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make risotto, so you won't be afraid. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my heat, and I'm going to put on medium just to start, and I'm going to pour 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. It can be 3, it can be 4. And then I'm going to see 2. I think I'm going to go for 4. 3 and 4. There you have it. So you're going to heat up the skillet, and the first thing we're going to put in is the onions. So this is our first ingredient we're putting in, and I am going to put the heat a little bit higher. So I'm going to go to medium high. All right, and we are going to sweat. I call that sweat. So that means it's not going to be brownish color. It's going to stay white and translucent, a little bit wet. Okay, so that's the first thing you do, at least my recipe of risotto. So it's cooking, you know, and like I said earlier, it's doing a little song. There it is. So, but make sure you don't brown the onions. You just want the onion, like I said, sweat. Like, oh, he had run for 20 miles and it's sweating, sweating, sweating. So there it goes. And that takes maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. So remember, we had 5 ounces of shiitake mushrooms that I'm pouring with the onions, and we have 5 ounces of white mushrooms. And it's maybe a little bit a little bit more than what I wanted to do, but I love mushrooms. And again, cooking, it's all about, I'm going to put the heat at medium high. Cooking, it's all about personal. And, if you like mushroom like I do, because I love mushrooms, I will put more mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, you put less. That's simple as that. And you try to cover mushrooms and onions together. And that's going to take maybe 3 to 4 minutes, no more than that. I like family style cooking. For me, it's the best. Of course I like to go to 2-3-star restaurant when I can, maybe once or twice a year, because they have a different style. They have the fancy kind of design cooking, and it's nice to experience that too. But my cooking, it's all about family style. Remember, I grew up with 11 in our family, 9 kids and 2 parents, so family style was the way to go in our family. I am gonna add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. The reason I'm adding that is for the acidity. The risotto like a little bit of acidity. The recipe, the most popular recipe will use white wine. I don't. I don't like alcohol in my cooking, but it does call for white wine, and the substitution will be lemon juice. So this is what I'm going to do to have the acidity in my risotto. I am going to add a cup of arborio rice. And the reason I'm using arborio, it's because there's more starch. And like we say, I don't know if I said that earlier, I don't wash my rice, I don't boil my rice, I don't rinse it either. You just put plain arborio in your mixture of mushrooms and onions. There it is. There it goes. Now, what you are going to do is, and this is important, you are going to really stir the rice with the mixture. You want to cover everything. And you're going to do that for about a minute, so your rice is inside. All right, what I'm going to do here now is add a tiny bit of butter. And it's only 1 tablespoon of butter. I like that. And we are going to mix. And when the butter is completely melted in your mixture here, we are going to start pouring the liquid. In my case, in this recipe, I use organic chicken broth. You can do, if you're vegetarian, you can use vegetable broth. It's not going to change the recipe. It's not going to change the taste. It's just going to be with vegetable broth instead of chicken broth. That's it. All right. The butter is melted. And there is variety and different kind of style of making risotto, but this is my recipe, my style. I thought it's easy enough. All right, I think I am where I want to be with my rice, my onions, my mushrooms. I am going to start pouring my chicken broth in the mixture, in the rice. And I'm going to start with a small amount. I'm going to go higher with the heat. So I'm going to push, and I'm going to be on medium high, and I'm starting with 1.5 scoop of chicken broth, and you stir. Why am I putting small amount of chicken broth? You will say, why is she's not putting the whole chicken broth in the skillet? Well, the reason is this is risotto, so we want the grain to rub and release the starch, because arborio has a lot of starch in it, the rice. And that's what we're doing. So there you go. That creamy texture start to come out. Yay! Can you hear that song? I can. And can you smell? It smells so good. Mmm, yum. All right, see? This first. I'm gonna do another one. There it is. And it's boiling. And this process, the cooking process, is usually between 18 and 20 minutes. And you will know it. And I don't know if did I tell you that was 1 cup of chicken broth? Oh, I'm sorry. I take it back. Not 1 cup, 4 cup. It's 1 liter. 4 cup of chicken broth. All right, so now we have a risotto who has been cooking for 20 minutes. And then again, you taste, you always taste. And if you think that the grain is still kind of al dente and you want it more cooked, just leave it longer. That's simple as that. So in my case, I think it's really good. So what I like to do is to add 2 ounces of Parmesan cheese. There it is. Okay. I talked earlier about the peas because of the color and also the taste. I like it. So here I don't have peas because I like to use the fresh ones. But I like color in my food. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of parsley, come from my garden, by the way, and I like to give that greenish little taste. Oh, it smells so good. The Parmesan cheese smells so delicious. Okay, I'm gonna plate. This is the serving plate. This, by the way, it's for 3 to 4 people. Okay, what I like to do, this is a little secret, I like to sprinkle my plate for decoration. I really like the presentation. What do? And you are gonna scoop your rice, your risotto, il riso, in this dish. And I forgot, but usually I will have a little bit of parsley or basil for the presentation again. And you are good to serve. Bon appétit. The Italian will say buon appetito. See you next time. Thank you. And let's taste it. Delicious. Yum. Au revoir.
Eye on Sun Valley. Daily local news from beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho.